See, oh, change the hey, change it right quick. I'm a surfboard emergency. Ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet. I'm pocket full on repeat. I ride away. I'm a surfboard emergency. Ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet. I'm pocket full on repeat. Strong with pocket full on repeat. Gotta count up and I've been down. Picture going about 100 miles. That rook can't miss now. Standing tall, ready, always on go. Taking me to pin town. P.O. said slow down, so I call the wave and I skip town. 16 was on underage, there's 12 jurors in a mistrial. They seen I was underpaid, said you wide, no 10 time. I need like a man, even if your eyes don't bear to me. Touchdown like I had a 6 with a shimmy, nigga, that's a ball move. Don't be worried about what straw do. Use you and I'm a do I. So the boy got a paint job with a clear coat and some frog eye. The girlfriend even took a beat out of fresh meat, no pick five. Kimmy went and Beyonce put a ring on it in the lunch line. Head coach and I'm on the court. Referee and I'm shooting three. Put sweat in it 2 degrees. So my water, I can barely breathe. Kelly Slater with the board flip. Push it up when the chords hit. Violins and a bell tip. Open up, let me splash it. I'm a surfboard emergency. I ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Gotta get paid. Go long till I'm 6 feet. Put pocket full on repeat. I ride away. I'm a surfboard emergency. I ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Gotta get paid. Go long till I'm 6 feet. Put pocket full on repeat. Second round of the fight, something ain't right. I gotta do my work. You walking through the air, no night flight. That was the people. Got a boy like to live, and I put 15 on all. Hit the ground, running rabbit faster. You ain't ball. Go like 2 finger signs so far out, can't be taught. 9 is crunch time, and I send it home like a walk off. AMG on steroids. All right, you got that ready. Coming for us, no one, just no. Got that ready. No flight fair. Hot rounds out of hot fair. Put the mic in the head, lock into them. Tap, 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 tap there. Short SCPR. What the hell are they hitting me for? Took them to the water, get them up. Time for you a lifeguard. I'm an old damn lifeguard. Been dance with a wrist sharp. Light show me it was hard. Get skate books and I count car. Play my hand for the W. Time told me about who is who. They be on this, who is who. I'm on the surfboard. I'm coming through. Stroud. Shouts out to my boy Straw Boy. Shouts out to my homies that's just got out of jail and finna get out of jail. Shouts out to all the hood brothers around the world. Shouts out to oh yeah, let me get all this right. Yep. Shouts out to all these good folks. Don't forget to like and share. It don't cost nothing to like and share. And welcome to Hood Talk. This is your boy, Mr. Know It All, and I'm here with the lovely Miss Bella again. Ready? What's up, Miss Romeo in his house?
Hello.
What's up, Miss Kimberly Blatch up in his thing? The lady that does our clothing. I got a little Hood Talk on and this and that. What up, JJ? He ready for the discussion. Yeah, it's time to get it started. We're going to get it started. I know, it might make a couple people a little, little mad. I don't know, but I mean, because, even the host said she didn't like, the topic. No,
hey, man, what you trying to say?
Yeah, so we're going to get into it and we're going to, what I'm saying? I guess I'll be the bad guy today, whatever,
Well, hello, Mr. Bad Guy. I hope
We're
things
gonna
are
make
well
it
with
fun
you.
though. We're gonna make it fun. We're gonna make it fun. Let's do
Hello, Mr. Bad Guy. Look,
it.
but before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to Marcus Honeysucker on YouTube, Mr. Know It All on Facebook. If you want to send him some love, there is the information is scrolling there across the bottom of the screen. One other thing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing. It's free, 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 free.
Don't
But
cost
we
a
want to
thing.
talk about this little show topic. Uh-huh. That. But okay, we're going to talk about it. We want to know, can kids and grandbabies stop you from having a good relationship, and why? What my poo poo got to do with a relationship?
people been We've been talking about this subject all day. It done rattle some feathers and stuff today. I
Hmm.
don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, But this is a hot button topic today, and
Hmm.
I just want to share my side of the story, and to all the men across the world that can't talk upon this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking to men all day, and they can't understand what we talking about. I think when we think about men, we got to think about this. What do men treasure most in
Money,
this? Money and what? Peace.
himself. Okay.
Money and peace.
Okay.
So, what do grandbabies and children make? Chaos and not peace.
That's not
Oh,
true. They give you
yes,
so much love.
it's kind of true, but I understand what you're saying.
Well, it's not our fault that you want to spend money on grandchildren. If you spend money on them, that's you. The grandkids don't have money, they can't work.
That's what you came up with.
That's what it is. My little poo poo, he cannot work. He will want to because I'm telling the boy can mop a floor. My grandson can mop a floor. Yeah, I got it. I got it. I'm sweeping. I'm sweeping. I'm helping. I want to clean up.
See, you see that? You see that picture of that man on that picture with that child taped to the wall. You see how peaceful that feel to him.
Right. You know why? He got a problem child. He had to tape him to the wall. That was not my poo poo.
Uh-oh, we throwing shots. Let's see, how many grandkids do I have? Let me see. I think about 17 unofficial. But officially on the books, I don't know.
Hmm.
Ah, well, I know some of y'all got a bunch of kids out here. Ain't my fault. Ain't my fault. I mean, but I love that picture. It's something about that picture just sexy. You know what I'm saying? Just the child taped to the wall. The man getting him some rest, some peace. He probably been out battling the world all day. And kids don't understand that because back in the day, and I'm gonna do it like this here. The reason it's different now, back in the day, when men went to work and when they got off work, first thing mothers used to tell their kids, don't bother your dad. Let your dad get in, get, comfortable, this and that. You have kids that run, get it, dad a hug and that old type of stuff. But then they kind of give dad a little space to wind down, take a bath, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes, the home training ain't the same as it was back in the day. It's not that respect, sometimes that respect for that man that been out there working hard all day and he come home to some peace, and I think even the grandkids, kids, whatever, People should know around that 5-ish time, at 5 to 7-ish time when he getting off work, to have it peaceful for him. Don't accept the kids, the grandbabies at 5. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he getting out of work, accept them at 7 or 8. For a couple of hours or something, but not as soon as he get off. Trying to get home, trying to take a bath, trying to relax, trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think that part, because it's easy for everybody to look at a part and say, Um, oh, I love my kids. I love this. I love that. I love that. But that would make a strain on the relationship, because you you saying, you know, one thing I heard a lot today is, you know, ladies saying stuff like, you know, oh yeah, my if he can't understand my grandkids coming over or my kids coming over, we just don't need to be together. And why it couldn't be the opposite? Why your ass can't get up and go visit your grandkids and let him come home in peace? You know what I'm saying? Why something can't be worked out? See, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand. Sometimes children bring grandkids come over, and then by the time you looking at the grandkids a couple times, they be there. I'll be right back. Let me run to the store and get something. And 4 hours later, they ain't here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's get this one, man, because they gonna be talking. Let me see. Said once you have one, it changes everything. I agree, but it don't change everything. It changed everything, but it don't change everything. Joker still want his peace. Joker still want his little old, when he get home, little old rest thing. It still should be a certain time that you say, no, don't come over here. He just getting off work. Whoop de whoop. It's a respect thing. You know what I'm saying? And I
But
think
most people
now,
these days, they don't have a certain time that they get off of work.
now, really it ain't no certain time a lot of time, because usually these days, you know, uh, these days, and I'm gonna say it like in a different kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of uh I'm gonna put it in a better way. Unaccomplished men that sometimes had to stay with women till they get on their feet. And sometimes the government is footing the bill or whatever, whatever. And they put in situations where, you know, they have to deal with kids, grandkids, or whatever, whatever, and they ain't really got say so. So I think when a man builds a house and his house ran a certain way, it gonna be a lot more respect there. It gonna be a lot more people gonna know. Oh, at this time of the evening, Pop doing this. Don't bother Pop. He out here smoking a cigar. He out on the back porch. Leave him alone. He in the little man cave or whatever. He in the garage or whatever he's doing. Let him have his space a little bit. Let him wind down. This and that. And I think that's just it comes from a lack of respect for men in general. Sometimes
Okay.
I
Sometimes.
think, yeah, I think a lot of men need their own, because if you don't have your own, you just, to me, I hate to say this, but even me back in the day, you know, not having a place to stay, sometimes you feel a part of the kids. You feel like the biggest bunch of the kids, because everybody getting fussed at, because it's one person that kind of run the house. Even if she just paying $30 a month in rent, or if it's free, she talking like she King Boogaloo, and everybody else can get out or this and that. And it's a stage of life that I wish men didn't have to go through. But a lot of men have to go through that stage of life, especially when you're real young and you ain't making real good money yet. You have to go through a stage where you stand with ladies or you in an awkward position. It's going on what you do for a living, you know, and you're not on your feet yet. Because most men don't figure it out till, later on, 30, 33, 35. A lot of men don't figure it out till later on in life. And they bump heads and they throwing money at stuff and they trying to figure out their way. And a lot of times they don't get their foot until they get older. So
Mhm.
it's I done been in situations and like I said, I tried to be as manly as I could in the situation. But I agree. I done been thrown out of a lot of households because um my stance, uh maybe trying to overstep my boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Uh
Yeah.
being a man, not really pushing back. Um,
Well, a
sometimes
lot of times you made the statement, a lot of times, if you're in a situation, like if you're going into someone else's home, what type of pushback can you give too much when you're not the head of that household? When you move in on a woman, a lot of times that's the head of the household. It was her house, and you
yeah,
move in.
but can I tell you something?
Sure.
A lot of time when you move in their household, a woman comes to you sometimes and try to offer you leadership of that household. You
Mm.
understand what I'm saying? Like they'll try to say, you the man, a man might come in, trying to pay some bills and this and that. But even though he paying bills or whatever, just like we seen that video. You remember the video about the guy that was talking about he was paying all the bills in the house, and then
Oh
she had
yeah.
moved
She was like,
38-year
my
old.
son ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, her 38-year old son had moved back in. And she was talking to him like, "You can leave. He ain't going nowhere. If he want to stay here a year or two, he was like, he ain't paying no bills. He was like, my son don't have to pay nothing to get on his feet and this and that. He said, but he going in the refrigerator eating up my food, stuff I bought. He said, and you can go. And 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 that's the thing we looking at now. It's more of a disrespectful thing that even if you paying all the bills, even if you trying to step up and be the man, if that house ain't in your name, she still got some shoes back there that she'll put on and put a foot in your ass and kick you on out the door. And they just dealing with a woman and they emotions, and it just it can happen like that. You can get your ass kicked out. You know what I'm saying? Especially, and I think on the other side, men take a whole lot of stuff before they kick it. They would not be getting pussy for 2, 3 months, 2, 3 years. They can be dealing with a woman with 7 kids in their house. A man, some men dealing sexless, marriages. I mean, even relationships with women, you know, in their house and just telling them what they're gonna do. And I can't fathom, me in my house. I can't even fathom a woman coming to my house every day for months and years and telling me, "Now you ain't getting none of this." You know what I'm saying? I can't think about this. You know what I'm saying? I can't wrap my mind around it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So just thinking about how broken a man have to be to settle for stuff like that. To settle. Hold on a second. hold on, let me take everything down. To just think about how broke a man have to be to let a woman tell him he ain't getting no poutine. And if he ain't getting no poutine, he ain't getting no head, he ain't getting no loving, he ain't getting no massaging, he ain't probably ain't getting no kind of affection. If she won't give him no, not even no cootie every now and then, what is he getting? It's men around here that are straight up miserable in
But why
relationships that
though?
they're miserable. No, I'm saying if you in a relationship where you can't even get sex, if you ain't getting sex, you ain't getting affection, real affection, no kissing and this and that, because that's to me, that's the last thing to go. I think a woman will not kiss you and still give you some sex. You know what I'm saying? She can not like be real fun, but she might say, I give him some. You know what I'm saying? I want some too. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't getting no sex and if you ain't getting no hugs, no kisses, you have to be a broken man to stay in that relationship and let that go on. You got to be so broken that I feel sad just thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And that goes both ways. You're in a relationship like that, no love, no affection, no time, no kisses, no dates. You
no,
just saying you're in a relationship.
I mean,
It's terrible.
yeah, it got to be real what's name?
You got to
Okay.
be real. What's her name? Tell me what that is.
Hurtful. I mean,
Oh yeah,
just to walk around like that. I mean, to, cause sometimes
miserable.
when you doing that, sometimes your boys know, cause sometimes men tell a friend that, man, she ain't give me no section. And they gonna be like, man, I feel sorry for JoJo. He ain't even getting no booty no more. He ain't got no ass in 2, 3 years. I mean, I done heard these stories, where men, and I don't think if it was the other way around, if a woman had a household, she wouldn't let a man not put out or not do it. She would be like, no, it's not working. You got to go. She'll make up something to get your ass up out of the house. You know what I'm saying? She said, only way to run my household, you're right. You are right. Only way to run my house, I guess she's saying if the man is over the household. I see, men love things they have conquered and enjoy control. Yes. Yes. Men love a level of control. And if a man ain't got a level of control over his household, he, he really, he's sick.
That
He's
may be a problem when it comes to these children or grandchildren. You feel like, oh, you're giving all this attention to them. This taken away from me.
well.
Maybe that's the level.
I'm gonna tell you this. I don't think men need much, but I think the attention would be if the kids coming over and they stand over there where now it's bothering him. He can't even watch television, his favorite show, or when he winding down or something. Kids strung out on sugar stuff. They run around, you know what I'm saying? Everybody feeding them sugar and everything. The kids in there. But I think now and days kids are different because hell, half of the kids gonna be in their room just playing their game. They don't even care about it like that no more. You know what I'm saying? So it might be a different dynamic. I ain't been in that dynamic, but it can be a different dynamic seeing we got gaming systems and all this where kids can lock themselves in their room and be good all day. I done seen a household where every kid in their room, if they come out and eat after they get through eating or whatever, they go straight and play their game or do whatever, and they good. You know what I'm saying? So it
Mhm.
might be a different thing. They might be on Facebook, internet, just like anybody else. Okay, go ahead with them. What
So
up
if you
today?
think,
Yeah, go
okay.
ahead.
So if you move in with a woman, go half, and she got a grown kid, not in college, and he's 25, split that three ways. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with that.
I want to hear the next one too first before I say so. Go ahead.
So when she tried to fat rabbit punish you, don't get mad. Get dressed and find a happy place. Come back home and watch TV. Yep, I don't disagree with that.
uh, yeah, I I don't think women try. I don't. No, let me stop that line. I think women try to punish men in every kind of way because sometimes they can't punish them in other ways, like beating them up or this and that. So I think the first thing most women take away from men is, love, romantic, and sometimes booty. You know, I was watching a show one time and I was just looking at how the man was coming on every day, and she was like, "Oh, I'm tired. Oh, my period on. Oh, I don't feel like. Oh, you know what I'm saying?" And then the man was just kind of looking like, "Hold on, player," So I think it's a lot of stuff going on. Uh-oh. Read that.
Exit red raising these grandkids. The grandmas are 35 to 40. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I mean,
I know you hear little baby saying, get it sexy, really.
and you know what? And he not lying. I've seen you know, families getting together. And I think the saddest thing that we do now is we don't care about rolling up in front of the kids, smoking in front of the kids, you know, drinking too much in front of the kids. I think back in the day, it was a separation a little bit. We'll wait till drop the kids off to the babysitter, do this, do that, walk outside, go on the back porch, go to a safe place to do
Right.
our little thing or whatever we had to do. And I think now, because I was watching, and this was yesterday, we was out on the call and this and that, and stopped by a stove. We said, "Oh, we're gonna get some water." Ran in the stove, got a cup of water. It was hot out there. Come out the stove, we see three kids on the back seat, and the lady in the driver, and the man sitting there chopping up his stuff, rolling it up. By the time we coming out, he rolling up right there in the parking lot, legging it and all that. Kids on the back seat, all that. We done got to the point where we don't care. And it's sad to say, like, I think our kids are getting so bad and getting so nonchalant because we starting to get nonchalant. We ain't caring about how we look in front of the kids, how they look. We don't care about how we go to a funeral. It's sad now that people are dressed up better to go to the club than to go to a funeral.
Yeah.
People would put their best clothes on, this, that, then wear a basketball outfit like they going to the gym to the funeral. I done seen people with short pants, um, what you call them? Them bags, the school
Okay.
book bag on the back with SpongeBob or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And some shoe, some shoe with 18 different colors, going to a funeral. And I seen that going to a funeral home just to see. I mean, I just don't understand it. It's something happening with us. My boy said bonnets. I mean, it's
I
just
see
something
somebody wear a
happening.
bonnet to a funeral. That
Yeah,
was different.
it's something happening with the culture that is just not right anymore. And it's sad. And I think I think I'm gonna say I can't blame it all on the women, but I'm gonna say that men are letting this down too because when I seen the dude roll, and I done seen other dudes roll in front of, even dudes I know back in the day, roll in front of the kids and stuff like that. And I think the more we do illegal stuff and just do it without caring in front of kids, like putting your guns down and this and that. That's why we got kids snatching guns up, getting shot by playing with people's guns and stuff because they playing these games, they see a gun, and then they trying to, you know, read it.
Dwayne said if mothers would stop celebrating baby showers and tell their kids you're not doing it right, get a husband, start a family, and 45-year-old grandma won't have to start over raising kids and let these young moms be responsible and go through what it takes to be a parent. But you know what? In these day and times, marriage isn't something that is being instilled upon people. People are at the age now where they feel like they can make their own decisions on if I want a wife. There are so many people that's discouraging others on you don't have to get married to do this. You don't have to get married to have children. You don't have to get married to have a live-in boyfriend. For what? Nobody care about commitment anymore. The stats of how things were and the order it was presented. Now they telling you that that wasn't good. You shouldn't graduate high school and pursue a career or start a family at a young age. They tell you to go ahead and get your business started, stack your money, get your house, then look for you a man to come and move in with you and give you a baby for your mama.
Right. And then I think, now I'm listening to women. Just the
Mhm.
sad part. I'm listening to women, and it seems sad that women are not seeing this done often, but I think women have been conned into they can do all this stuff, wait to 35 and 40 to have kids. And this is not an ideal, because you already um is is dangerous childbirth after 35.
Yeah, it's true.
So at 40 and this and that, you might get lucky and have a child, and then the child gonna come out, probably not fully developed, might have little problems coming up, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not natural for people to have children that at that late of stage. So I think we've been fooled that we can, you know, hold these eggs, freeze these eggs, but most of us don't know nobody that froze their eggs if they ain't a multimillionaire and came back and had it. I don't know one person I know that can pay to keep their eggs froze for 10 years. Let's just say that. it's a lot of people talking about freezing eggs. How many eggs you got to freeze to have some eggs left over? You know, if you just freeze a regular egg in your refrigerator, you unfreeze it, it's already dead, especially you wait 2 years to unfreeze it. I mean, we don't look at stuff in a smart way. I think the more we technology make us smarter and this and that, the more we don't want to believe in it. The more we have technology telling them this ain't that, this ain't right, the more we say, oh, you should believe Google. Oh, you should believe this. But then when you want to go somewhere, hey Google, where is such and such? Right here. You know what I'm saying? You follow that. You'll follow Google all day until you ask Google for something real that you don't want to, just don't want to consume it in your head as in real. If you ask Google
Yeah.
what's the perfect time to have a child, if it tell you, you're gonna be like, no, because I know this girl that had one at 60. That's what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But I know this girl that had one at 44. I know this girl. Yeah, a girl here and there. One out of every 1,000, maybe. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You
Right.
might know a girl here and there doing some stuff, but hey, okay. What's I say? They popping pills while they pregnant, creating each other. The child coming out high. Child
Right.
already high and bouncing. That our kids are coming out already hooked on 2, 3 drugs. I mean, they already, coming out the womb, you know, blowing weed, knowing how to smoke. I mean, talking about, hey, pay me that, drinking
Hmm.
with wine and stuff. Already got their bottle turned up like this. What's up? Watching pop.
Right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Child support is charging these men, and they gotta sell dope so they can live because everything you work for, they take it.
Yeah. And I hate to say that, but Lord have mercy. Coming up, I feel what he's saying because I remember being in court one time and the dude, he was paying, I think they told him to pay this much and this much for these and the children, this and that. And he was like, oh yeah, I got a car note. I can't afford to pay this and that. And he said, well, sound like you're gonna be walking. The judge didn't care nothing about it. As long as you able but they don't
But
understand.
how can he pay it if he can't get to work?
Judge don't care nothing about that. When you're in front of now, they might care more about it now, but I ain't been in front of the judge about some babies in a while. But you know what I'm saying? But I remember, being in front of the judge, and I remember being almost terrified after I'm watching men after men go up there and just getting skull drugged. And I remember the and I hate to say this, I remember the word the best thing I could say is my situation is the same. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way that you can keep them from not going up on your child support is to go into court and say, yeah, Honor, my situation is the same.
Mhm. So any sign of growth, they want to take that, huh?
Yeah. If you got anything different, I remember I remember just men in general, soon as they getting another job, I remember the women going after them so quick. By the time they got their second paycheck from their other job, they was already re-going in front of the judge in front of the child support because she think he making more money now. Or she
Hmm.
know he might be making more money now. You know what I'm saying? And I remember it was just challenging. I remember one time going to court 3 times in one year
For what?
because thought I was doing better. They thought I was had a job. If you clean or you're doing something this and that, and people seeing you riding or doing good or something, they gonna put them on you. Yeah. Big Dog said, "How you gonna have a family? Don't even read. You don't read the Bible, and the instructions are in the scriptures, but everybody want to be cool." And I agree. I agree on that. A lot of people, um, they want to live different than what the Bible says and stuff like that. I hate to say it. Uh, you know, a lot of women come to me, and these are keywords I hate to say, that men should be leery of. When a woman come to you and she say, "Yeah, I want a partnership," you got to be leery of that because it's saying, "I want this new type of way of thinking. I want to have just as much power as you in the relationship. I want, you
Power.
know, yeah, I think it comes with, you remember when my boy said a man want a level of control? I think partnership means I don't want you to have control. I want us to make decisions and both of us have control. You
I have a
understand what
say so.
right? And if and I feel like a lot of men, you know, they want men to be traditional in an untraditional world. You know what I'm saying? Everything around us say it's not traditional no more. Even
Mhm.
women talking, you can hear a woman talk about it and they talk about marriage like it's nothing. Like, oh, if it's not working, you just got to go and, find somebody that's good for you. Okay, that what makes men don't want to get married. Just listen to women talk about marriage like it's really, if you ain't the right fit,
Go and change that screw.
I must have quit. But I think we don't even look at it like that sometimes because I think we ain't looking at it saying, oh, yeah, think about it like this here. Think about, um, marriage before and marriage now. I remember they used to say, "Oh, good time, bad time, rich or poor, sickness and health,
Still
death
there.
part." Don't nobody think about marriage like that no more. They think about marriage as it ain't working, right? Because I think people ain't doing real research on marriage before they get into marriage. I think they run it and they get in marriage for totally different things. And if it don't match up is how they want marriage to be, then you know, um, because I hear women talking like sometimes like they run the relationship in the marriage is on their happiness. And if I'm with a man and I say I want it this way and he don't really want it this way, it's like we ain't compatible. We need to just go
Mhm.
our own separate way. And that ain't how marriage work. You know what I'm saying? So I understand how people try to put marriage in, but that's the reason why a lot of men don't want to get into it because it done got to a point that marriage is something like a negotiating hostage. What's the name?
Really?
It's like it's like okay, say if a man say, oh, if he make if he got $350 million, and he say, oh yeah, this, can you sign a prenup? This and that. Oh, I don't believe in prenups, and oh, I'm old school. I don't want your money and this and that and blah blah blah. And we both know this is just a play. You know what I'm saying? This is just a play, not to sign that thing. Cause soon as something go wrong, she gonna say, no, I don't feel this. Because look at the thing out here. Look at the dude. What is his name? Carton. what his name is, that got divorced by the twin girl or whatever that divorced him or something.
The Tia and Tamara.
Yeah, the ain't Tia was the what's name to the dude? I forgot his last name, but I think he was an actor too or something.
The
And she
black guy.
divorced. Yeah, and they
Thought
had
he was.
two.
I thought he was into Corey or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, him. So he was just explaining how he cried for almost a year not having his children around him till he just able to comprehend what happened now. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
I think people are always thinking about how it affect the woman, but we don't realize how it affect the
The
man
children and the man.
on a certain point that he don't feel like he can protect his girls or his boys or his family, and
But
they
but
stay.
you know
Go ahead.
but you know why? Because women in our thoughts, we feel like men are so strong that they can handle the breakup. And then we're not realizing the reality of it. I saw a video of a man in Jackson. The girl told him it's over. You did this and I just can't do this anymore. He's hanging on her window while she's driving fast down the street. So I'm just saying, we think that men are so strong and they're easily just replace us and go to the next person or whatever. So just giving it that much thought that they will be hurt, we think that men don't hurt like that. So,
Right.
okay.
Read that.
Kim said, I call them the Bunny Gang, the whole family, including the newborn baby, whom had on one. The white folks looking at them like, look at that trash. It's embarrassing. And as hot as it is outside, you know that wig under that bonnet stinks, and some of these men love it.
And I'm gonna tell you one thing else, because when she said as hot as it is outside, I'm gonna tell you this. I know a lot of people ain't gonna want to hear this, but I think you have failed as a parent. If it's 95 or 100 degrees outside and your child puts on a hoodie, a long sleeve hoodie, and walk outside your door, I
And
think you
you're
done
okay with it.
failed as a mother or a father to watch your child walk outside in 100-degree weather with a hoodie on, talking about walking to the store or something like that. You have failed. If I mean, you know what I would do if my child did something like that. I would actually go in the room and take every long sleeve he have for the summer and put it up and put it in the attic or something where he just will not have no access to a long sleeve nothing,
And
because
I agree.
that would just be that'll be just ignorant to just watch your child walk outside every day with long sleeves shirts on and stuff like I mean it just ain't right.
It's
you
crazy.
I mean it's crazy. Go ahead with
Dwayne said, well, men should care about commitment because if they are so careless with who they have kids with, they will have a 21-year sentence with multiple women. So now you are 45 before you ever get a full check from your job. So women aren't worried about marriage, and that's not foolproof.
yeah.
You better
And
say it
I'm
again.
gonna tell you another thing about that. Even Boosie said it. He said he wish he would have. Once you go through certain things, even Boosie said he wish he would have had one baby mama, and he wish he had a bunch of kids with one baby mama instead of all these baby mamas he had, because he see how divided the kids can be with different people in their ear and stuff like.
Hmm.
But and I agree with you. It would be nice if you could stay with a woman for their year, but what happens is, I think a lot of these one night stands and you know liking a person but not loving them, and having sex too quick. Because, the average sex time now that people get together is 2 to 3 weeks now. I think it said 14 to 16 days of people dating, they have sex. So I think with that, you ain't gonna never get a chance to really know anybody. You'll never get a chance, before mess around and have a oopsa, you know.
I mean, how you gonna have a oopsa? Like, even if you did wait, even if it was the first day you met the person, you slept with them, and you're not really sure who this person is, why wouldn't you protect yourself so you wouldn't have a oopsa?
No, even protecting yourself, what we saying, we talking about young people. So what I'm saying is young people, and sometimes these might be the first time they having sex and stuff. They don't know the proper way sometimes to put on the rubber, to have sex, and the rubber don't slide off, bust, and all these things. That some of these people don't have this experience yet. And that's what kills a lot of people, inexperience. When I was going to school, they actually taught us in school how to pinch the head, put a rub on. We had sex education class and all that when we grew up, you know.
Well, they took that away. BB said women need to freeze them legs. He said Google getting pregnant. You can't pay for multiple children off of minimum wages. You can't.
Right.
Your grandma always told you to keep a spare. Old wives' fables. Oh Lord. I've heard this. An older lady gave me that advice. She said, keep you a spare, even if it's a donut.
I done heard, I done heard women, and you remember when I said that on the show? You remember when I was in Sam's and
Mm-hmm.
I heard an old lady was telling, older lady was telling her child, a little girl that was like, "That's your only boyfriend or something." I was like, "Man, don't be telling her stuff like that." You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of disturbed me that older women are preaching to younger women to have multiple men and stuff like that. So I don't know how we're gonna get back somewhere if women want to be more players and this and that. So it's something else. Go ahead.
So, why don't women want to contribute to their marriage financially? Grandmas share with their granddads. But the thing is, society has revoked women to move different because you have some guys that decide to take care of women. You meet these guys, and the first thing they want to offer all these great things that they can do for you. So you have these men out here that take care of women, and you get used to these things,
Yeah,
somebody providing and want to do these nice things for you just to be in your life, right? So you decide to get married. So you're thinking like I still should have the same mindset that I had when I was out here just freely being me, So it's like the standards have just changed.
yeah, I agree.
You put him outside in that hoodie and make him cut grass at 1 o'clock in the heat of the day. He would take it off then. I
Right.
know so.
He had that thing cross his shoulder or something, cross his head. And that's what I'm saying. You got to let them know how dumb that is, because uh, let me tell you something. And I'm gonna just be real with this. Most men that wear hoodies out in 95, 100-degree heat don't know nothing about hard work or having a job or having some kind of integrity on how they move or something, because they wasn't raised by a man. They was raised by a woman running out there, and raised by the TV, running out there with some hoodies on in the middle of summer. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no
Mhm.
Black Lives Matter thing. That's I looked at that, and it's like it's some drill music stuff. It's some they wearing hoodies so a person cannot really get a grasp on who they are. So if they do something or they, do a crime or something, they got their arms and everything covered where, they can get away with it. Like if they shoot somebody that, there's so many cameras and this and that, they really trying to learn how to get away from stuff. Cause think about it. Anytime, and I'm just going off thing, but anytime Ghost was getting ready to kill somebody, he put on a hoodie. Because he knew in his jogging pants and his hoodies, he knew he was gonna be running around chasing behind somebody trying to kill him. And it just that's just how it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
So you marry your mother or your father in the person you're trying to get with. The example was supposed to be set by your parents. This why we have broken home from broken families, and that is so true.
right.
That's why a lot of people don't want to get married because of their broken home.
Yeah. And let me tell you this. I think it's not that men don't want to get married. I think, we looking at 70% of women are raising single, children by themselves. self. And when they go out and they find another man, he's already in a situation that he's with a woman he don't have children with. Sometimes she don't want no more children. And sometimes, you in a situation where you got a woman with maybe 2, 3 children, she don't want no more. And now you are permanent stepdaddy with no fight in the situation. And if she leave, I mean, no matter how much you did for the kids or this and that, they will forget you in less than a year. And they will move on like you didn't even matter.
Well,
You know,
that be the fear.
they
But
won't
you know,
call.
that's what men are dealing with now. They don't want to, like, just say for instance, if you get with somebody already made family, right? It's
Right,
not yours. Their children not yours. Their children begin to have grandchildren. They're not yours. You
right.
know, some men develop this fear. Oh, like if she leave me, the kid's going too. You know, so
Yeah.
maybe that's why they have that detachment against the children and the kids. So who do you blame in that situation? The man for the fear that he have, or do you enjoy what you're a part of for the time of the season?
Right. And you got preachers talking about enjoy him for a season. And he just here for a spring. He might not be here for the winter.
Well,
So
the
I
word
mean, no,
has a
but
time
when
and a purpose for everything under the sun. So if it's not your time, it's not your time.
right, tell JJJ what
Jay
the
said,
subject.
what's the subject again, Jay? The subject for tonight is, can kids and grandbabies stop you from having a good relationship and why? I don't think that the children should even be caught up in your relationship. If you're building among each other, you build together. So the respect, the boundaries have to be known. You need to know how it works. So just saying that they will be a burden on you being in a relationship, that's a red flag right there. The children shouldn't make the decision of who you be with. You should make the decision of who you are with, because this person will have to be a part of not only your life, but your children's lives, your grandchildren's lives, your family lives. So you need to
Right.
know who you're getting into a partnership with.
And I think with that being said, it got to go back old school where women really sit back and take their time to find the right person
That's the
to,
problem. That's
and
the problem.
it's not happening, huh?
It's not happening.
By the time I said it, you had look. By the time I said it, you had already known. No, they not doing it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, a lot of
It's like,
us as women, we are just settling. A lot of times we're settling for a good time and not just thinking about the outcome of what you're getting involved in.
Well, I can't call it selling. I can
Yes,
call.
I'm telling you what it is.
No, I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you my little thing. I think it's miseducation, just like what's name said, from broken homes, and you moving broken. And when you get out here and you just want, girls just want to have fun, honey. And you move like Madonna and all them, you'll end up like them. And people didn't understand them same women that wanted to have fun at a young age. They old by themselves. Still, as Vivica Fox still want to just have fun, and she think at 60, some man supposed to come and save her now, and now she talking about marriage now. It ain't gonna happen.
Well, there's some people out there. I see older
No,
people
no,
around here.
it's not that she can't get any woman can get a man that will marry. What I'm saying is, are you gonna get the man that you want to marry you?
No, no,
You
that's
feel what
the
I'm saying? That's the thing. It's not that you can't get married. Don't never let me tell a woman that she can't get married. But the one that you really want to marry, will he marry you with all these flags going off, with all this stuff going on? Would he want to put himself, indulge himself in there? Because think about this: what do you get out of Vivica Fox at this age? What do you prosper with?
just
She
complete.
already no right, but I mean, but why would you marry her? Because Vivica at this age, when she had pronounced that she might look for a husband, she still was saying all these things that he need to do. He need to take her this. He need to have this much money. He need to be this. He need to be that. And I'm looking at her like, oh, you think a dude that's rich or something? And I said that last was down there. I don't know one rich man that was divorced. Hell, uh, Bill Belichick. I mean, ain't none of these men. No, I'm talking about none of these men that's not married, and they get up into their 50s and 60s and 70s. I haven't seen one that got so much money that said, "Oh, I'm gonna get me a 60-year-old." I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I have asked my daddy.
And you ask them what?
Like I remember asking my daddy when he was about 60. He's 76 now. But I remember asking him at 60, what type of woman, and he didn't want nothing um over 35 then. So I mean, he might have just upped his age a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? He ain't never told me a 60-year-old. And I'm just being real. Ain't no man in Hollywood is checking for
So
a
maybe
60
he'll
year
want a 60-year-old once he get about 80. Maybe,
maybe, maybe,
maybe.
maybe.
The older you get, things change.
Right, 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 right,
You
right,
know,
right,
like just say for instance, the older men get, they don't all want 20-year-olds. Just being in something committed. You get something a little older. Probably in your younger days, probably in your 40s. Yeah, you'll rock a 20.
somebody that you can talk to, relate to, and this that.
Yeah,
But
so
it's
you want a different
still
person the
look,
older
still a
you get.
20, look, still a 20-year difference.
Right. But I'm just saying, I just said when he in his 80s, maybe, check in.
Right.
GP said,
I
my grandma told me to get married, but she doesn't understand the difference of the women who are out here.
yeah, I agree with that one. I
Mhm.
agree with that.
Jay said, of course, men work to conquer. The more things involved, the harder and the more likely possibility they can lose what they've conquered. Okay. And in this situation, it is control of a woman or the whole family.
Right. And
She take it and run.
I think this. I think if a man builds with a woman, I think it's easier for him to marry and this and that. I think if a man built a house himself, I think it's harder for him to get married. I think because he's always thinking about somebody taking his house. I remember Hulk Hogan built his house brick by brick. Guess who's staying in it? His wife
And her
and
little young boyfriend.
young boyfriend that was his child friend. That's some crazy stuff. I thought about that. And then I also thought about with Will Smith, child's friend, getting with his wife.
So you have to
I
watch these children friends that's coming to your house, huh?
Yeah, I mean, because guess what? In these situations, the ladies have a certain kind of control over them. You know what I'm saying? Because like they've been dominated by these men that's, so called like this here, and they feel like they right here. So when they get with another guy and she's over him like that, sometimes it feel like better if a woman been, and that's what we going through now. If a lot of women feel like they've been dominated so long and they finally done broke the chains and got free, and they feel like, oh, I don't want to be dominated no more. I want partnership, or we work out somewhere. You over here, we over there, this and that. But I still want you over there paying my bills. I still want you doing this and getting my hair done. And I still want all the benefits, but I don't want it where you think you run something. You know what I'm saying? Like women will
Mhm.
tell you that, I don't want no dude think he runs something. You know what I'm saying? So that's what men are going through. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You try to conquer something, but they don't want to be conquered. They want to be, they want you to do the traditional way, but they still want to be a partner. Partners go 50-50 on everything.
Mhm.
A true partner, women don't realize when you say partnership, what you go 50-50 on everything. That's a partnership.
Right.
Anything that, hey, I'm gonna buy such and such. Hey, let me get your half on that. That's what partners do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So women will say they want partnerships, but they really don't want what they talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I'm just being real about it. Go ahead.
So these kids are watching Ghost 50 Cents, BMF, and Power with their mother and father. The children are being born into the future at a high rate of speed. They're already too grown and won't listen.
Yep. And they watching themselves kill off their fathers on all these shows.
Oh, Lord.
The Tahada man got killed off. Ghost got killed off by his son. The Tahada dude got killed off by his wife. The other dude, Mecca, got killed off by uh, uh, Monique too. She killed her boyfriend and her husband
On what? What you watching?
on Ghost. Yeah, on Ghost. She killed her boyfriend and her husband on Ghost.
Hmm.
Um, and well, she killed her husband because she found out he was trying to kill her boyfriend, but he didn't know that her boyfriend was she had a child by another dude before him, and he didn't know she had ever had a child. She had lied to everybody about the child, and so he seen the dude. He thought it was the dude Mecca getting out on the plane. It was actually her child going to go on the plane with his daddy for to leave with him or whatever, you know. And he made a mistake and killed the son. So it's just a lot of stuff, you know. Um, hell, Cain. On Raising Cain, he shot his daddy. His mama put him up to try to kill his daddy. Right there, his daddy he shot him, put him in the hospital for about a couple weeks. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
all these movies are preaching for either the child or the mama to kill the father. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how can you have healthy relationships when even the movies and this and that are like BMF, even they had lost respect for their father, but then they found themselves in certain incidents as their father, and they gained respect back for their father.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the father done, him and the mama done separated now, but they understand because they going through the same thing, dealing with women in their life and separating and going through the baby mama and this woman tripping and this and that. So I mean, it's off the chain.
Government assistance kicks the man out. Do the grandmothers now know if they are there teaching them to keep getting assistance? Oh, yeah. They're
Yeah,
instilling in them the way that they worked it. So, yeah,
yeah. It's being passed down. You know what I'm saying?
that's how you
How
move. You don't
how to
forget.
use the system and 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 a lot of people know that they'll get uh, 20 years of help if they have a kid. Sometimes women are pacing it out, trying to have them one more kid at 35 so they can pace out 15, 17 more years, 18.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's something else.
PP said he like what you're doing, sir.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Jay said a man and a woman from school, first time relationship, first kiss, first love, get married, will have the highest possibility of lasting. But the
Right,
more men she had, more kids, more people involved, more situations or memories built before a relationship makes it harder for the man to win or conquer and keep. Not impossible, but definitely harder.
right. I agree totally.
I can understand that
Jay,
too.
Jay, you said a mouthful, and just like the Tahada, that's how he was with Monique all that time because he thought he was her first. Didn't even know she had already had a child before her, but she sent him off with somebody else. But
Well, who was her child before?
he was a basketball player. Uh,
Oh, that was her child.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And the sister played like it was hers.
yeah, like that. Yeah,
Oh, so he thought he was the first. Okay,
and
okay.
he didn't know either. He didn't know that he was her child
Oh,
till
okay.
later. Right. Yeah. So, like I said, it just it's something else, and I agree totally with Jay. Like men are so in love with their first relationship, and I don't think women even know how much men are in love. I remember, you know, when I was with my first relationship, and I all I thought was about marriage and other kind of stuff and this and that, and once I found out she was cheating and doing other stuff, I mean it's a different kind of hurt when you think that this is the one.
What do you
And
think made her cheat? I mean, were y'all high school like sweetheart?
uh um I went off to the army,
Oh,
and when I came back, she had already had a baby and all that. So I mean, yeah,
you stayed
yeah,
more than 9 months?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, dang, time you left.
So yeah, yeah.
Hope you didn't know
So
the baby. I hope you didn't know the
then what
child.
make it so bad, yeah. And then and then with that, my friend was, writing back, telling me what was going on. So it's like,
So you knew this was happening.
yeah, I didn't write about it, this and that, because when I went to the army, they they train you kind of hard to be kind of hardcore and try to be able to handle everything. And I think, you know, going to the army sometimes can be the best or worst thing can happen to a lot of men. It'll either strengthen you or break you. And I
Hmm.
done seen a lot of men broke by the army
So do
because,
you think you were strengthened?
yeah, I know I
Okay.
was. I know
Okay.
when I came back that, I could handle anything. And I think that's why for so long, I kept my mind a certain kind of way where I wouldn't get so close to each woman, that I was involved with. Because I think the first two, three women that I was involved with, I was trying to be close, close. But then reality started setting in on how they was moving and how society was moving. Because cheating ain't nothing that just started. You know what I'm saying? Cheating is something that's that people can probably catch more or find out more about, because like back in the day you could leave and you had a text. People had to text you, had the beeper, had to beep you, and then you had to call them back and all that. See, now everything is straight call and this and that, video call, this and that, all kind of stuff. People trying to find your location, Instagram, all this old type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I think things are so different now than it was back in the day. So it's kind of hard for you to look at now and compare it to what it was before. I almost thought you had froze up. You okay? Oh, I think you did have froze. Hey, look, I looked now, I'm like, hold on, she done froze up on me. Let me get to another, what's name, till she get back on here. Like I said, can kids break up a home? Let me go to the next one. Are kids trying to ruin a relationship? I think I think sometimes we don't understand that sometimes kids sabotage a lot of relationships all the time. I think kids go around sometimes and they try to figure out, I don't like this person with my mama, or I don't like this person with my dad, and I think they can definitely um, cause a breakup, you know. And I think a lot of us don't even realize that. Barbara said, just because a person cheats doesn't mean that the woman or man is supposed to leave. Sickness or health, for better or worse, do grandmas teach their children to learn how to forgive, or does that make you a fool? Now that's a good question, and I'm gonna tell you what grandmas teach now. They teach don't be a fool, and they teach, yeah, you being a fool if you stay sometimes, and they teach I think this, if you bold enough to get in front of a preacher and say, I'm gonna be this forever. If you bold enough to get in front of a preacher and you start saying, I'm gonna be your wife forever. I'm gonna be husband forever to death do us part and all that. I think you should hold that true. And I said this because I'm gonna give another jewel because I remember I was talking about in Memphis how they changed the laws up there where if you have a one night stand with a man up there in Memphis now, that you can't get child support like that. I feel like this here. I feel the way to change how people move. If you get in one chance, one marriage, you can get married, but you can't get married again if your spouse still alive. And I just feel like that's the only way to change how people deal with marriage. Give them one chance to get it right. And I think more people will take their time to pick the right person. I think the reason that women and everybody doing all this because they trying to find that they be like, oh, it don't care if I go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think people would take marriage more serious if they can only get one chance at it. And I feel like that is the new thing that need to happen. I think people need to get one chance and get married, and we won't even have all this other stuff that's going on. If you get your one chance and you don't, what's name? You got to wait till that person die before you can marry somebody else. And I think that would make it where people wouldn't just run out and just jump in with people that they don't really like, don't really love, don't really see a future in it. I don't think people would do that. I think people would take their time and pick a good partner if they knew they could only do it once. I think a woman would say, nah, I'm good. I ain't gonna do this. If they can only pick once. I think a lot of men, if they knew they could only do it once, they wouldn't just jump into it and look at it as in I'm lonely or something at the time and just jump into something that they really don't know, don't like. And I think that's the problem. And you said, for sickness and or health or better and worse, to death do us part. And I don't think people doing that. So we got to listen to the blues, my boy. Yeah, listen. And that's what I said. I'm gonna tell you about the blues. The blues to me is some cheating music. Anytime I hear a woman listen to blues too much, I be like, she'll cheat. Because the blues will tell you about, Jody and the person next door. It's cheating music. All they talk about is cheating and getting with somebody else husband and getting with somebody else man. And when you listen to blues, a lot of time, I mean, it's oh, she left me. Oh Lord, she ran off with Tyrone, and I still love her, and I still want her back. It just, I was listening to Farrakhan the other day, and he said he's tired of hearing he begging and what's name. It just, it just, it just sad to see men that go out here and it's so low. They have so low of a thing that it's sad to say. It's sad to see that a lot of men are so low on the totem pole right now that life is just beating them up, just punching them in the face all the time. Okay. JJ, he said, I believe marriage lasts till one die. I believe if one person do something bad enough to you to make the other quit, the other person should have paid better attention to picking your partner in marriage. You laid in bed and you made. I agree. I agree, JJ. I agree. If you mess around and You get out here and you get married. I don't know if you've been listening, Bella, but I was gonna say I was just telling them that I believe in only way to do this is to get to the point that if somebody got married, it'll change it around if women could only do it once. If they could only do it once, they would pay more attention. That's why I would tell them they would pay more attention to the person they are choosing. They wouldn't just go in it just willy nilly and have children because I think it might work, this and that. She will really zone in, really try to find out what type of man this is for her. You know what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of times, okay, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, a lot of times in life, like we do things younger in young life. We make these decisions on how we're going to move and how we want our lives to be, and it doesn't work. So when you get a little more experience under your belt and you feel like, oh, I'm picking this because this is what I think I need and this is how I want to move and succeed in life. So you don't give up so fast. So when you don't give up so fast, then what? But it takes two to tango at any given time. So if you keep trying and it doesn't work, then what are you to do? Still stay there or what?
Well, I mean, let me tell you something. I feel just like this here. If you struck out on it, you don't get no another chance till that person dead. That person dead and gone, you get another chance. But I know it's a lot of women that no. But I think if we start off a whole nother rap of knowing that I only get one chance at it, you know what I'm saying, at marriage, I think we would really examine what type of person this is. I think we would go on real dates. I think we wouldn't look at stuff as just a sexual escapade. And I would actually want to know what's in this man's mind instead of his six pack or, his swag. You know what I'm saying? What is in
But
my
but
future?
what is it when you try all those essence of it? You try to see what's in the man's mind. You try to see what's in his six pack, and things still doesn't move in the way that by now it should move. Then what do you do as
How
a
long?
woman? A woman that's waiting for a man to try and do the cultivation that he's designed to do for her. So what do you do?
How long she waited?
I mean, does it need a time span?
No, I'm asking.
A
Like
long one.
how long? How long? No, I'm saying
It's
how long
been
you
more than
think?
8 years. It's been more than
Huh?
8 years. It's been more than 8 years.
No, we talking about young people getting together. We not see when you saying 8 or better years, you saying older people, right?
I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. And when you say older, what's older? Anybody over 25?
Well,
Is
well,
that
I'm
what's considered
saying,
older?
well, I'm
Because
saying,
I'm considered old now, so I'm over
no, I'm saying,
50. So
I'm saying,
I'm
no,
saying, what do you
this is
see
what I'm
older?
saying. This is what I'm saying. Okay, if the culture now, if the 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, whatever, if they given a thing that say you can only do this once, I think it would change the culture. You understand what I'm saying? Like if
I
they
don't
if
think
they
so.
pass the law, if they pass a law, let me tell you something. If you pass laws on anything, it changed the culture. Just like laws, I remember Louisiana and laws in Mississippi and them laws that changed and gave people 85% time. It people that say, I ain't doing I can't do that kind of time. I'm not doing that. I'm not It's dudes that used to come and dudes be talking crazy. Be like, nah, dog, nah, uh-uh. Do you know what kind of time you get for that? Some dudes wasn't thinking. You know what I'm saying? But once you put in thought, like, cause see, guess what it gonna do? It gonna filter down. You know, a woman like, oh, I like him. I like him. If I marry him, if it don't work out, I'm just gonna move. No, you ain't gonna be able to move on. You can get divorced, but you can't get married no more because you done already did your one.
But
You
this
feel
is
what
the
I'm saying?
thing. This is the thing. The society that we live in, people take changes for more. Everybody want more. They won't settle for what they have and enjoy what they got. They want more. You know,
Well,
like the scenario one
you can
time
get
you
more.
gave us.
You can get more, but you just won't get it being married.
Okay, well, I understand that. Like,
Okay, go
for
ahead.
instance, you gave that scenario one time. You was like, the lady had like stories to shop, and oh, this man come with this and that. It was cool, but they was like, you can keep shopping. She kept going. Oh,
Yeah,
he had a little better.
right.
Oh, I knew if I went to the second floor, he had a little better. I know the third floor is good, but no,
Yeah.
she want to go all the way to the top where you had nothing. So, like that scenario, people want more because our minds are so carnal on self gain and what we enjoy and what we like that we don't even realize that we can settle for what we have and be enjoyable.
Okay, and then watch this. And this is what I'm saying. If you knew you can only do it once, I bet she wouldn't have climbed up but one more floor. She would have got that man that's good and pretty good. She was like, I can work with this, and I'm not trying no more flows
Right. If
because
you
you
know
know what
that
I'm
you're in
saying.
a situation like that, yeah, I agree. Well, some people may settle, but there are still some people that still want more. You have it
It's
all, and you like,
it's
I could
time.
get a little more. Just
Guess
like
what?
making money. I made this $1 million, but I know if I go out here, I can add 100,000 more to this. I'm going for it.
I feel
Risk,
you, but
gain,
guess what?
whatever.
This.
I'm doing it.
Guess what? I'm gonna do this. All right, I give you $1 million.
Hmm.
Okay, this next flow, you either can win $2 million or you can lose the million that you got. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna keep the million I got because the
Thank you.
second floor is not
Thank you.
guaranteed.
Thank you. That's
But
what
you
I'm
have to
saying.
have the mindset. But just that's just like a gambler. Some people are trying to go for that to see if I can win that too. And they're willing to risk all
But
for the next build up.
but guess
There's
what?
people out here
Life
like that.
life is a gamble. And
I
when you
know,
gamble,
but
no, I'm
people
saying when
don't
you
realize
gamble,
that.
no, I'm saying when you gamble and you have kids by a person, you don't realize this person is forever connected to you. And
Forever.
forever. And people don't realize, okay, if we put this on women and said, okay, you can only do this once. I guarantee you, before they have sex, before they do a lot of things, there's women right now because they don't want to have babies. They pride themselves in these abortion pills and all that because they feel like I can keep on having another chance. I can take these Plan Bs, Plan Cs, or whatever,
But
and
what
I
if
can
it
still.
doesn't work?
No, they gonna
The
work if
gamble
they take
too.
them.
But
If
now
they
the
take
whole
them right, they
gambling
gonna
is
work.
you sleeping. That's the thing. Protect yourself. What you talking about this? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. All right. Come on with it. Let me see. Bam. Did I?
He said every man has a place and in his heart, in his face. To get what you love, you got to be that person who you love. Your example is the life you should be preaching to people.
Right. And you know what, Big Dog, you said a mouthful because I tell people all the day, all the time. We can run away from our real lives sometimes, but our lives sometimes will catch up to us because if you going out here and you doing certain things in the middle of the night, Then you coming back in the middle of the day saying, "Oh no, don't do this, do this, blah blah blah," and you preach it. Once them people find out that you've been living a double life, it's the same thing when I said about the dude, Derek Jackson. Once me and I always knew that he was full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no dude in the gym getting buffed and all in front of all these women all this time and know what to say and all this, and he keep. I ain't never seen him with a bad haircut. And he just keeping himself super groomed and getting all this money. He went, he's selling them books, he's selling them all that, and he telling every woman what they want to hear. Oh yes, if he's not, oh baby, if he don't accept you how you are, he not for you. Cause I can get on here and tell you what you want to hear, and it gonna sound good. It gonna sound good, baby girl. Let me tell you something. Fuck that. If you got 4 kids, 4 baby daddies, if he can't handle that, he the one. He the one got some insecurity about himself. He don't know what he got. He don't know the jewel that you are and the places that you can take him. You know what I'm saying? You can
Mhm.
tell people what they want to hear. But is this being truthful? Is this being real? Or is this being fake? Are you selling false narratives? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people don't understand that part of it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can tell you what you want to hear, but 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 people are saying one thing and living a whole different life. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Easy.
Get that one.
He
Uh-oh.
says, sorry. That's the average woman point of view. You basing a strategy on failure. Nobody was perfect at birth. It's a time perspective if a person picked a bad choice because you didn't evaluate properly. Now it's time to wait and pray, hoping that your partner get themselves right now.
Right. Cause see, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna try to put this in another perspective too. I think about this. If you go and you try to make a decision to rob a bank, this is a 20 to 30 life choice you trying to make. You feel what I'm saying? And it's the same thing about, I remember every preacher that always preach, the first thing they say is the most important thing that you will ever do in your life is choosing a spouse or somebody to live and run your life with. That's the most important. And guess what? Women ain't taking it important. They ain't taking it important enough till later on in their life. Then they want to start thinking about, oh Lord, I want to find this person that can, and then it feel like a puppy. It feel like you finding something. You done conquered everything you wanted to conquer. Now I just need me a man. That's the last thing that I needed in my life, and I need to go ahead get that so I can have somebody that gonna take off the trash, gonna take care of me for the rest of my life now.
Well, no, that goes both ways. That goes
Okay.
both ways. You have men doing the same thing. Y'all sit around here and just go ahead and parlay, have these good times in lives, feel like, oh, not gonna do this, I'm not gonna succeed at this point in my life. So therefore, I'm gonna go out here and have fun as long as I can. Then you get old and you around here. I should have got me a wife, but these women ain't no good. You never even tried because you were still out here having this fun.
Yeah,
So that goes both ways.
yeah, and I agree. I agree. It do go both ways, but like I said, um, it don't go all the way both ways because I think just like we saying, um, when a man is in this type of world, the reason men, and they got some kind of thing like 51% or something, and they got like 33% of men are still virgins, and They got 51% of men, living like single lives or something. And it's not because they want to live a single life. It's because the culture have made it where women don't want men. And reason I say that, because they demonize all real men. You go to the and um Andrew Tate. They tried to demonize him. All he said, "Oh, I believe I'm a man. I want to pay for a woman. I want to do this." Uh, Kevin Samuels. Oh, I think, man, if I was a man, I want to pay for the woman, this and that. I think women should be in shape. All we want is feminine, fit, and this women. And women are not listening to what men are asking for. Women are doing them. They're not listening to what men are asking for. They're not listening. Women out here, rah, 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 fuck that shit, man. They cussing like sailors. You know what I'm saying? They demonize every man that's saying, I want to be a man's man. They demonize, oh, that's toxic masculinity. He want to control me. Listen, men been running this show for a long time. Men ain't finna stop running this show. Because
But
guess what? All the easy jobs slowly is going over to computers. You seen Amazon new robots. Uh, you seen uh oh, I forgot to tell you about this. Oh, they talking about closing down the Nissan plant. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff
that's been
going out
going
right
on for years. They've been talking about
now. No, they
that. That's
really talking about it. They really talking about it now. I got a call from a couple people that work there, and they actually talking about it seriously now. But what I'm saying is, what gonna happen when some of these easy jobs? Because see, people don't realize Nissan plant can just about be ran by robots now. If they close it down, it's gonna be where they close the section down and it's gonna be ran by robots, and all they're gonna need is a couple people to just order robots, this and that, because they getting so good at their stuff, they ain't gonna need you to inspect it. They can inspect it, robots can inspect themselves. You know what I'm saying? And it's getting to the point that they ain't gonna need you. They already bringing some of these restaurants, all robot restaurants and stuff like that. They just trying to get to a point that they saying we don't need people, and they trying to make it where we don't like people. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, yeah, you go to a Taco Bell and this and that. You don't even want nobody real even mess with your food, fooling with your food. You probably would look at a robot restaurant and say, well, I know they ain't spit in it. I know they ain't dropped no hair in it. Because guess what now? Don't nobody want to be sanitized no more. Don't nobody want to wear hair nets. Everybody want their own thing. They want to have hair all out and do all this, and they want to still cook and do everything they do. So soon it's just gonna get to the point that we don't even realize how fast technology is keeping up and flying past here. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna see, because guess what? If Nissan really do close down around here, a lot of people gonna be doing bad around here. And and Nissan, Amazon, what that is, facet or something, what they call it, um, fastnet, facet. It's something thing. I forgot what it is. But in that tire place, only thing around here keeping keeping these people right around this area going.
What's the fast thing you're talking about? What they do?
Fast.
I
I
know
don't know.
Continental Tires, Nissan, and
And it's
Amazon.
something called Fast Tech. And somebody put it in the chat. It's called Fastnet, Fast Tech. It's something, because I remember a young lady used to be on the show. She used to always talk about it and stuff on the show here and now. I'm trying to think of what it's called. It's called fast
GP
dancing.
said, "Do Grandma knows that Chris Brown getting $1,200 for just a picture, but they can't help a man go half on bills?"
That part.
Chris Brown, oh my goodness, for a
Yeah,
picture on
yeah.
the phone.
It was. It was 1,000. He done raised it up to 1,200. But just them coming, meeting him somewhere and taking a picture with him.
Oh
He'll
wow.
pick you up. He'll do a lot of things. He'll pick you up, whatever. But it's just a picture. Yeah.
He said, "That's right, demonized."
They demonize real men. We are demonized. Real men with an old school way about itself are demonized. We are considered too strong. Need to be watered down a little bit. Come on, hey, what happens to black coffee once you water it down? Don't taste right no more. Don't. Go ahead.
Jay said, "People don't want no consequences in marriage now. They only want the benefits. So they want to marry for the benefits, and as soon as it turns bitter, they want to divorce. Usually, the weakest and the most imperfect being eventually become the strongest, wisest, and most beneficial in due time. After they've been tried and tested, but someone else come and enjoyed that version of that person that was giving up on." Oh wow.
Mm.
I know. I,
Mm.
I, I have been built to be a better person than I've been in a long time. I ain't gonna say half my years, but a great 9% of my years.
Yeah. And then
So we grow better.
And then I understand what he's saying. Sometimes a man can come in and make a woman so much better than she used to be. And then she'll leave that man and go with this
Go
other
to
man
somebody else and let him enjoy the
and,
benefits
and
of her
let him
good.
benefits of what all that man did to make her
That
better.
part,
And then
all the
you
experience.
know what? And you know what makes it so bad? She would go over there and make it seem like she built herself into this when actually, in fact, she don't even realize that the man actually built her into a better person.
But do you think she needs to go into the next relationship giving props to the man she left?
No,
So
I,
you need to
I
tell
think
him, "Oh, my old boyfriend or my
I
old
think
dude did
I,
this for me or
yeah,
helped
but
me get."
I think she shouldn't even go to the next relationship. No, I'm
Okay.
just no, I'm just
I'm
saying
just
like
saying. You just
it
said if
just
she left and went and did that. So I'm
yeah.
saying even if she made that choice. So should she go in the next one and say, "Oh, he did this for me"? No, that
Now
ain't what
read
we.
that part.
That's why they say marriage is through good and bad. They
Right,
forge the bad part.
right. And just when it started getting bad, women start getting gone. I mean, it's not the same no more. Like when they see something ain't right no more, they now I ain't gonna
Well,
do
women are getting better. Women are getting better in these days because
it.
we see that it's not much stuff out there. It's better to work on what you have than trying something new because you don't
But
know what you're getting these
but
days.
you
You
know
don't
what?
know what fire you're falling into.
But you know why they doing that? Because this is what I tell people all the time that women didn't realize. Look around, look at your mamas, look at your grandmas. They was just as conscious as y'all, this and that. And once they lost they husband or they man, this and that, it's a lot of them that stay single, in and out of relationships 30, 40 years.
I,
You know what
I'm
I'm
the
saying?
I'm the first of mine. I'm the first of mine. So that's what's shocking to me.
What you mean?
I know my grandmother stayed to death do part. My mother stayed to death do part. So
Yeah.
I'm the first of me, so I can't say that. I can't say that you can look at my grandmother, you can look at my mother. It's just me.
Oh yeah. Well, that's modern times. It changed up,
Well, now
man.
it's modern. It's time. Now you just
No,
said
it is modern
mother.
times. No, I'm saying like I'm saying the ones that got out of the relationships, not the ones that stood fast. I'm
Right.
saying the ones that jumped out of relationships finding it hard to jump back in a relationship because sometimes we jump out of a relationship, we develop a hard spot somewhere. And then even if you jump back in a relationship, you still got this hard spot that's hard to cope with. You know, it
So you
started.
saying hard on women side or men or both, or what are you
Well,
saying?
I think both sides can be hard,
Oh,
but I think like women that goes to trauma, sometimes it can be very hard on them trying to get back in a relationship and trying to be that feminine woman again. Sometimes when you get too hard and you start being by yourself and you start, oh, I'm running all this. Because I was telling somebody the other day, women don't realize, well, like once you get your own place, your own car, your own this, your own that. You said, what I need them for? I hear women. I just need them for a little bit of dick or something here and there,
that
and
gets old.
they'd be all right. You know what I'm
And that
saying?
gets old. So why would you want just that? Because those type of things are minute. There are
Yeah,
so many other things
but
that have been developed to you know take the place, the substitution. What's
and
new?
that's why.
The rose. Remember they developed the rose. Everybody was like in a hoopla.
Yeah,
I want a
shit.
rose. I'm buying a rose. I'm doing a
And
rose. They were like,
they
forgive me. I got this rose.
and get what? And they still cheating with their roles. It's still
Right.
women talking about I
And
ain't
it
had
got
sex.
old. It
Look,
just
look,
lasted
it's
for a
still
little
women talking
bit.
about I ain't
Winter
had
time.
sex. Look, it's still women talking about I ain't had sex in 4 years. And they be like, when the last time you touched a rose? Like a week, I
They're saying with other people.
think. Let's get it. Okay.
Luana
What you
said, little girls leave, women going to stick in there.
okay. I can get that. I can get that. Um I can't it's like I wanted to say yeah, but then I'd be talking about my mom. I'd be like, well, my mom wasn't a real woman. Ooh, that hurts. So all women ain't gonna stick it because all situations can't be stuck in. Like I
Every
said,
situation is different. It's
right.
different.
So
Because
it's
in my
what you got
situation,
married
my
is
situation was different than the next person.
what you got married for and what that marriage led to. You know what I'm saying? This sometimes gets stuck in sticky situations. You know what
But
I'm saying?
listen, a lot of
You
times though,
got to have out, but that don't mean you deserve another
yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let that go. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I ain't talking about that. No.
This called like doing more research. Come on with it.
Yep, all them old people went through the same stuff. They had faults too, but they stayed together till old age. That's what I'm saying.
And guess what? And
I tried.
I heard some, I heard some old people. They said, "Yeah, we here, and we done tried to kill each other and everything, and we here." See, a lot of people look at old people and think it was easy for them to stay together 30, 40 years and this and that. They feel like they ain't had no ups and downs because they smiling good at each other right now. And you know what? They smiling good and be like, you still around here. I sure try to knock you out a couple times. You pretty good, boy. Okay,
But listen, during that time, you have people like that. They had good examples of people sticking together.
uh-huh.
But you're in a situation, I got an example of people sticking together. I'm sure my parents probably had ups and downs and fault, things like that. But if the person that you married didn't have the same thing, so what do you do?
Mm.
So that's a whole different situation.
And that's
So
why And that's why my pushback be you got to do more research. You got to be really looking at the person saying, because see, this what'll make you stop ignoring red flags. You know, when that joker start doing it, wiping his nose too much, you might say, you know what? You might got a drug problem that I don't know about.
But listen, this is
I
the
might
thing.
need to get something
Oh, hold
tested.
on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. When you out here, you fresh meat, right? I'm sorry, I wasn't being able to be exposed to the world and experience life things or situations. So I'm considered like fresh meat in the lion's den. So you go out here, you meet these people, and you're thinking like, this is what I'm supposed to do, and you're giving this well, you're taught as a lady. So if I had a rough life, my life probably would have been different right now, if I would have been exposed, but you can't fault a person from how they were reared unto who they meet.
Well, I want
So
to tell
you
you
just know your side
this
and
when
what you're taught to do as a wife.
yeah, but this when it comes in that we got away from the old way where people came and introduced they friend guys to their daddy and brothers, where their daddy and brothers could kind of look at them and kind of survey this thing, try to talk to them, try to get to know them, bring them around your family where you get to know them,
And,
be like,
and that's the problem. That was
yeah,
wolf in sheep clothing. Everything that transpired, everybody in the family was shocked. Everybody met him. Brothers, daddy, all this. They had relationships.
but
So we
you know
can't fault it.
but you know what happens and stuff like that. Sometimes the sexual part. I think if we go back to the part where people get together and they date for a while, date for 6, 7 months or something like that, before, or put it that way where people dating until till they get married without what's the name, where they kind of really like a person, each other without sex. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
then when sex is like a dessert, then it's like a topping on the cake. Then you know what I'm saying. But I think if you get women out here and they having sex, whoop de whoop de whoop, and then they try to settle down with one dude, like Jay said earlier, it gonna be tough to do because they got all these soul ties here and now.
Yeah. GP
Yeah.
said accountability is an attack. When your character is challenged, quit building your life on an exit plan to prepare to leave. The laws are to help a woman, but the system makes money off destroying a man. Oh my God, he said a word. But your
Mm.
grandmothers stayed because they didn't have options. Guess who gave the options though? Oh, he said the government.
Yep. Cause see, back in the day, uh, women was considered, and I hate to say this, men's property. And women couldn't vote just like slaves couldn't vote because
Right,
they was considered men's property. Now,
right.
from time and tell. So this whole ideal about marrying because of love is a new concept that's only been around 150 years. Marrying for
Mm-mm.
love, 100 to 150 years what it's been around. Yeah, because if you go back, people married, like they said, like just like I said, like it should be in the first place. If you kissed a girl and you mess around and her brothers or daddy find out your ass had sex with her, y'all finna get married. Come on,
That
play.
part. And
Come
you
on,
know
play.
that. That was the
Right.
olden days.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. When you was it was different things that was understood
Yep.
that don't go on. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And the laws changed what made it where I can get away with this. Now I can marry and now it's what they call it? No fault divorce. Where it ain't gotta be nobody fault. I just don't like your ass no more. Let's do this. It's time to go. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once they said no fault divorce, it already told me they don't give a damn about marriage no more. You know what I'm saying? Cause see, if you got a easy way out, what the hell is the reason to get in it? It's just like dating. If you can, people always say, "Oh, marriage forever." Man, who get married forever? Who out here get married forever now? The rates of divorce is almost up to 60% now.
Yeah.
And guess what? Who filing divorce? 80% of women are filing for divorce. Only 20% of men. So the ones who want out and the ones who benefit is the same. They out, they done got their couple of kids. All they want is child. But get what if they change it? If they change this, I'm gonna say one thing. Okay, if they change it just like this here, and they said, okay, the man is the carrier of the sperm, and the woman is the egg. She is the concubine. So really, after that sperm is hatched by her, it is really obligated to the man. If they change the law saying the child belongs to the man, you think women would leave at the rate they leave in now? If they knew they can leave, but the child stays with the man because it came out of his seed, right?
No, they wouldn't
Because the
work.
man, listen, the man, the one that determines the sex of the baby, the male or female, everything about the baby is determined by the man.
Yep.
So wouldn't it change everything if they gave the rights to the man instead of any rights to the woman? They said
Yeah.
no, the rights belong to the. I bet you women wouldn't want to just run out because they know, okay, I can leave, but I ain't gonna get child support. I ain't gonna get this. I ain't gonna get. Oh, the women belong to this man. So if you go in another uh direction with another man, you can have a baby with him because if you leave him, then the baby's got to stay with him too. So you won't be a habitual offender of taking your kids and going to this man getting a check, this man getting a check, this man getting a check. You can go into this thing. If you don't want to be a part of it, give him his children and you go on about your business.
Yep.
I bet you the laws would change
Oh,
drastically.
definitely. They all would change.
Women would move how they moved in.
Straight
Appreciate
different.
it. Look,
You want to say,
Lawanda.
right?
Okay.
They said that's why it's important to look for the best values to pick a life partner.
Right.
I agree. Correct. They made the laws.
Come on with it.
Listen to people, let them talk, see what makes them really happy. Pay attention to possible bad habits if it's elevated. Who's
Like
the
I said,
parents?
go ahead.
Who's the parents, bro, sis, ask about their past, where their dreams, etc. It ain't rocket science. It's simple common sense. No, it's simple conversation. And that's
No, it ain't.
no,
It's
no,
simple.
no. I'm just saying. No, I'm saying it's common sense, like what he's saying, but just having the conversation is simple.
Yeah. But
So
watch
that's
this.
what I'm saying when I
I,
said simple
I
conversation.
yeah, I just want to throw this on top of it. Think about this here. A woman meet a man. She meet a man and he got a tear on his eye. He got crosses on his forehead. He got tattoos all on his neck. He got I'm a killer on his arm and wrist and this and that. I'm just saying. And you meet this person and you start having babies with them. See what it is we don't even understand what a good person and a bad person is no more. You know, they say, oh, you can't judge book by a cover. Oh, yeah, you can judge the book by a cover. You can tell this is going to be a horror book
Mhm.
What's that? Because guess what they're gonna put on the cover? They're gonna put either if this about plants and things, they're gonna put that on the outside of the cover. Is
Yeah.
this a nice book? They're gonna write it on there. They're gonna tell you what kind of book it is. It's horror, it's based on fiction. This based on facts. It gonna tell you on the outside. And when you look at a dude and he walking up to you, you can tell if he based on a horror movie or what's his name, or he based on thug life, or he based on this. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's not hard to see that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
We can talk all we want to, but the first initial is the look. Just like when a man look at a woman walk, or how she shake, or how she move, whatever, he know if she been around or not. Like, oh, she working the shit out them heels. Look at top there, them 7 inch, 8 inch heels. Half of the women don't even know how to walk in them motherfuckers. Yeah, your ass have a stripper.
Oh Lord.
I'm just telling you now. If men, if we gonna be honest, men just looking at a woman walk sometimes, looking at how she talk, just like women. You can look at how a man walk, how he talk, how he come to you, how he dress, how he act.
How
You
his
can tell
shoes look.
almost what type of dude this is. Yeah,
Almost. I'm telling you,
yeah,
I've been shocked in a whole lot of situations where you think
yeah.
you can read a
We
person from the cover and they move different, act different, but they are nothing like they portray.
yeah.
So yeah, I
You can
understand
get
what
there.
you're saying
You can
though.
get there, but like I said, if it quack like a duck, sound like a duck, it's probably a damn duck. Right.
Auntie Birkin,
Uh-oh, there it is.
saying all right. Your appearance is your approach. Victor
Right.
Williams. Okay.
And people got to understand. If let me tell you something. Sometimes you can get this dude and he don't take care of himself. He maybe use a gruffy look or this and that. Then you got another dude got a clean cut this and that. I remember we was in the hood. We was on a car today, and this dude was mowing yards, right? And he ain't had nothing but a push mower and weed eater, whatever, and just kind of simple stuff. But he had his stuff together. He was walking, and he was walking in. And my boy said, "Dang, he walking like he on the block." I said, "That's the first part of it right there. You got to walk with your head up and all that." Some people don't even realize sometimes it's how you walk, how you move, this and that, how people respect you, how people look at you.
Yeah.
You dragging your feet and and I see a woman dragging her feet and one half shoe half out of off her foot and this and that. I know, she don't like to go walking. She don't like to do this. I mean, it's so many things that you can look on the outside and say, no, she don't like that. Nope. She don't like. It's the same thing when you're looking at a man. You looking at a man, he all sloppy. He not keeping himself together. You like, no, that ain't what I want in my life. You know what I'm saying? So what people got to realize, if you want a certain type of thing in your life, you gonna have to work. If you go to the gym, it's just like a woman going to the gym. She know if she want a certain kind of man, she gonna have to, do certain. Or like I said, some men like, women like this here. This can happen. You know what I'm saying? But in all gatherings, birds of a feather flock together, and that's even with relationships. You know what I'm saying? People kind of want somebody that kind of can, be on their level a little bit, even if it's just inquisitive or, talking points and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And people change people. Yeah.
You can't trust conversation because even lie detectors can be fooled. When you're looking for the right thing, your essence will warn of possible lies, but don't let them know that you know. Of course not. I be seeing people lie in my face. I be seeing them out and I know what they was, what they doing. I just don't say anything.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Yeah. Sometimes, not, like, I understand what he's saying like that because I was telling a couple of my partners today, good friends, man, and I was telling them today we was talking, and I was like, I had some friends back in the day to do something to me. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, I never let them know that they did it. You know what I'm saying? But I know, and I told them the names or whatever. But it's like they don't know that I know that they did certain things. And I think sometimes, in order to forgive, you can forgive people, but you can know how to move from around them, anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like you can forgive people for what they did to you, but you got to remember sometimes it don't take I got to confront them and let them know what they did to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some that's some stuff when you looking, you got anger on you and you looking for a fight or you looking to let off steam or this and that. The best thing you can do sometimes is let them go their own separate way and wish them well. You know what I'm saying? But you know what they did to you. You know how they might not be right to you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Are kids
uh,
trying to ruin relationships? That's a question. Well, maybe I don't know. It's going on what kids you're involved with. I don't know. I can't
we
even
get a
answer.
damn rundown. Go ahead. What the next? That been under that. Mess
Some may
around.
feel like they lose your attention when children or grandchildren are around. So the man may feel like, or the woman may feel like, if you got your children or grandchildren around, oh, giving this much time to this child, what am I gonna do? Or you feel like, oh, we're giving this much time to the grandchildren. What am I doing? So if they feel that way, you have to work on yourself. Just know at that particular time where what should be in place. If it's the needy time for the man or the partner or the woman, then you just know it's that time. But if you don't ever have that time, so why worry about it? Give all the time to the children or the
I'm gonna,
grandchildren because
I'm gonna tell
you don't have a consistent person in your life. So why worry about time? You don't know when that time will be. Blue lagoons come all the time. Jay said the real issue is our ancestor and our parents. The black generation is so watered down. So each generation is raising worse and unlearned kids to be worse parents of worse kids. The problem is epidemic for us now. Oh Lord.
I agree. And we got so much. I think we're gonna have to do a part two of this because we got so much left because we didn't get
You
we
okay?
didn't get on none of the stuff. You see it down there. All that stuff we got left.
Lack of intimacy. Oh Lord.
No, I'm just saying, keep on going down. Yeah, we got so much stuff. I think
I mean,
I'm gonna I'm gonna leave it right there, and because we already almost 2 hours and 30 minutes up in this thing. So yeah, um, I feel like we can do a part two on this.
okay.
You know, yeah, I think we can do a part two on that because we dived in so many things, and I think if we keep on going, we'll dive in so much more. So I think I don't want to rush through this like we use a rush through, rush down and just go and read it off.
You get it
I think
finished.
this was an interesting conversation. And I think it was a conversation needed, and I think we got a lot of more things down here that um, would have us, you know, at the right place. So let me go back. Let me see. Okay. He does say he said good talk, time to run when you a time run when you're having fun. Yep. And it just ran over so much that I don't want to just run through the rest of the topics. I think we'll be short selling ourselves. And we ain't even got to make no topics for next week because we got a bunch of them down now already. So all I can say is what you think? What you think? What you think?
Okay.
You ready to get up out of here?
Let's do it.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? You can't, we're trying. You know what I'm saying? But I think, when we go over that 2 hour thing, and I know you got work tomorrow and stuff like that, and I got stuff I need to get on, and I don't want to do a 3 hour show tonight.
I want to thank you.
All right, see, I did good today, didn't it? I did good today because I know you were looking at all them topics and you were like, "Oh Lord," didn't it?
It was my inner voice, though.
I ain't gonna do it. So it is what it is. And it was nice. And it was nice, and I appreciate you, GP, up on this thing, and I appreciate Jay. I always got good things to say, and I
That
appreciate
part. Thank you, sir.
that told they good sense up in this Lawanda and everybody else.
Yeah. All of y'all.
Yeah, good Dwayne, Kimberly, and everybody. Leisha, even Miss Grant, Nicole, and I just think everybody that I love everybody that gave their 2 cents and all that good stuff, and I love it. And we're gonna have more conversations. Don't forget to like and share, and we're gonna keep them kids on the wall, and we're gonna do this again, a part 2.
All right.
That's how we came in. We're gonna get up out of this.
Baby, you can see it.
And they say peace out. And good night. Everybody have a good night. Straight show. You alright? You alright?